In this clip, we will talk about the 5 types of men who are the most effective at dating women. This is my conclusion after many years of experience and exploration. Once you know these 5 types of men and understand their strengths and weaknesses, you can choose the one that best fits your personality, your character, and your current ability. Before we get into the main topic, please like and subscribe if you find this helpful. The first type of man who can easily succeed with women is the one who conquers through his ability to provide. When you are a man with money and the ability to provide for women, it says a lot about who you are. If the money comes from your parents, it proves you come from a good family background, your family has high social status, and you live a comfortable life. But if you come from a family that is not very wealthy and not from the city, yet later you develop yourself, grow your career, and become someone who can provide, then it speaks even more about who you are. It proves you are an outstanding individual. You have willpower and determination in this life. In general, you are a talented person, and with someone like you, women will feel extremely secure, because once you rise on your own feet, no matter the reasons, hardships, challenges, or failures, in the end, you will always stand up and rebuild everything. The disadvantage of this providing type is that it is very hard to know whether the woman truly loves you for yourself or just for money. The second type of man who easily makes women like, love, and fall for him is the one who has good looks. When we talk about appearance, it's not simply about having a handsome face, but a combination of many things. From your face, your hairstyle, your fashion style, your body, your fragrance, and even your aura. In short, it's many elements that together make your appearance attractive or not. Most men you see who have great attractiveness in their appearance are those who combine all these elements together. It's not just about having a handsome face. If a woman's type is a man with good looks, she will like that kind of man from youth until old age. The disadvantage of this type of man is that appearance will fade over time. Whether you are a woman or a man, you can never avoid the fading of your looks. For men, even gaining weight makes you lose your appearance. Many of my friends used to be very handsome, real hot boys. But by the time they reached my age, they looked much worse because they let their bodies gain weight. And when you go bald, your appearance is also gone, completely gone. I myself have experienced this for many years. And when you are the type of man who doesn't pay attention or take care of his appearance, then your looks will also fade away. The third type that easily enchants women is the man who understands women's psychology deeply. This is a school that is the hardest to master and the hardest to learn, but its level of impact and effectiveness is the highest. Because men who deeply understand women's psychology do not stop at just understanding women's psychology alone, but all the other things too, including finances, appearance, and everything else about their person. They also find ways to develop all of those. Therefore, the impact level of this type of man is said to be very strong. In short, when you understand women's psychology, you can read women's minds and thoughts. You know what to say to make her happy, when to act affectionately, and when to say romantic lines that will melt her heart. You also know how to share and connect with women. It's like hunting. You know when the prey appears, whether you should attack from afar or up close, where to set the trap so the prey falls. In general, when you understand women's psychology, you will have very good techniques beside the woman you want to conquer. The disadvantage of this style is that women will find it very difficult to find someone who can replace you. The fourth type of man who easily wins women over is the man who knows how to speak sweetly. Men love with their eyes, while women love with their ears, right? If you know how to talk, you know how to capture a woman's heart. A man who speaks sweetly and also understands women's psychology is simply unbeatable. Because usually, to say the words women like to hear, you must first understand their psychology. You must know what women long for, what they want to hear, and when they hear it, they will feel moved. The disadvantage of this style is that if you are too smooth talking but fail to act, you will be seen as just a sweet-talking liar. The fifth type of man who makes women collapse, unable to stand again, is the one who knows how to reveal what women truly desire in a man. Remember that men are always stimulated by things like large breasts, big hips, and those things they cannot take their eyes off. Women, on the other hand, can never look away from a man's survival values. Show that you are someone with a high position in this society. You can show that you live a good life with material wealth. And then the traits within your character, like being strong, decisive, ambitious, and determined. Women will always be attracted to all of these. It's not about men who show off or exaggerate. There are girls on Tinder who dated men posing with a car steering wheel and got deceived 10 times already. The men looked nothing like the photos. Yet on the 11th time, they were still deceived. I'm not saying that makes men good or bad, right or wrong. I'm only saying that women find it very hard to look away from a man's survival values. The drawback of this type of man is that he doesn't need to be extremely successful, but he must have succeeded in some way. Only then does he have value to show women. Those are the 5 types of men in conquest that make women fall, collapse, and be unable to rise again. That's it. I wish you success. Like and subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and see you in the next one.